the radio transmission.
6 seconds behind you.
That 6 seconds and that 8 seconds is the same lap.
4 laps to go.
Yeah, he has a 6-second lead on Ryan and a 7-second lead on Scott.
Yeah, because we saw Briscoe right behind Franchitti right when he tailed off to come down the pit, so he would have lapped him then.
Danica gets to the inside of Dario.
Because Dario just has to be, he's got to be sure he makes it. He's got to save fuel.
3 to go.
197 complete.
But he's also got to run enough of a pace to cover that 5-second gap back to Briscoe.
5 seconds is a lot.
Go full bore in mixture 4.
Oh, full bore.
So last lap, he did, that is Dario did a 200-mile-an-hour lap compared to Briscoe at 205 miles an hour.
2 to go. Flat out, mixture 4.
Remember, that's flat out in 4. That's fuel save. So that's how fast can you go on the most fuel-saving mode.
Yeah.
What a gamble by Chip Ganassi. There's not enough. There's too much of a gap. There's too much of a gap. If he doesn't run out of fuel, he's going to be the champion.
Well,
and he has one more lap to go.
Last lap.
1.5 miles to decide the championship. Dario Franchitti is in turns 1 and 2, and what a championship that's played out here this afternoon. 1.5 lap to go for Dario Franchitti. It's like he's never been away. He went to NASCAR last year, but he came back and he won the 2007 title. Now he's returned to win another title. Franchitti showed everybody that his year away from IndyCar racing has absolutely no effect on his ability to win championships and races. An incredible fuel strategy has played out. Dario Franchitti wins the Firestone Indy 300 and is the champion for 2009.
Great job, man. Great job to everybody.
Dario joins teammate Scott Dixon and Sam Hornish Jr. as a multiple champion on the IndyCar Series. And it was the second fastest race in IndyCar history today, the first without a caution. The average was 201.420. Lindy Thaxton.
Ashley Judd getting a big hug from Chip Ganassi. Ashley, you told me as the final laps were winding down, you have never heard your husband so intense.
There was a very distinct quality in his voice with about 30 laps to go, and I thought, oh my God, he wants this very, very badly. He was obviously running in third for most of the race, but that didn't mean that he was out. I mean, he was very, very determined. I cannot believe what just happened.
Yeah, after being out last season, was this even in you guys' wildest imagination?
The story is so perfect that it defies credibility almost. How long has it been since a race was yellow-free? It was such a pure race. How great is my husband at being fast while saving fuel?
There you go, a happy wife as Dario spins his tires out there on the front stretch.
Well, Chip Ganassi got it done.
Shot from the hip, Jan.
Shot from the hip.
How about that?
Good going, guys, on your predictions there, Professor B.
Well, he looked under the hood next door and said, I think I'm going to go for it.
I think that's great.
Ryan Briscoe wound up second. He gets out of his car after a gallant effort, no question about it.
Did everything he could do today. It fell short.
Yep. And Franchitti is out of fuel. He had enough for a burnout, but may not be able enough to get to victory lane. Lindy?
Chip Ganassi giving even more hugs. We'll talk to him again later. Hey, Chip, let's talk about the fuel strategy. P.S. Dario just ran out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was a strategy that, you know, obviously if we had a yellow, there would have been 2 more guys in the race. And, you know, we think we had that race won too, you know, but we won the fuel strategy race. I'll tell you what, that Dario coming back from NASCAR back to here for this was great, and I'm happy to give him the championship.
Congratulations. We'll talk to you a bit later.
Thank you.
It is all over, folks, and it went out in dramatic style this 2009 season. Dario Franchitti uses some different strategy, fuel strategy, and wins the championship.
No doubt about it. Ashley Judd speaks for all of us. What an absolutely classy win, gentlemen, from the team and obviously from the driver. He was the one that had to save the fuel. He had to go with that strategy. That takes a lot of maturity and a lot of patience as well as determination to make that work as a driver. Because naturally, Piers, they're going to want to race. But he saw the strategy. The car perhaps wasn't quite as fast as he wanted it in the early laps. Changed strategies onto a fuel mileage strategy. And Franchitti and the team, brilliant job, well done.
Oh, an amazing job. He drove a fantastic race, and like you said, they made a decision fairly early on that they were going to do mileage because they weren't going to have the out-and-out pace, but to still actually, you know, put in those lap times consistently, make the fuel mileage, you know, was an amazing job.
In a proper race, Ryan Briscoe and Scott Dixon had got it won. At the end of the day, they had, as far as races are concerned, the perfect pace for the job. But of course, they hadn't got the strategy, Paul.
No, without a doubt. Well, they'd got the strategy to win the race on pace. They had not got the strategy on where it went. But I hear that this was the first race in 14 seasons of the IRL where it's gone from flag to flag without a yellow. And who would have thought so at Homestead? You know, that was the unbelievable thing.
Chip Ganassi was the strategist for Dario. And as you've just mentioned, it is 14 races. Neil Wooding, our researcher there, has sorted that out for me. And 14 seasons in IRL, caution-free, first one ever, second fastest race ever, 201.420 mile-an-hour race as well. I mean, just cracking records everywhere. Mind you, that was worthwhile, wasn't it? I suppose at the end of the day for Scott Dixon, he gets a kiss at the end. But again, thwarted on fuel mileage.
Yeah, but you know, it's you make a strategy based upon what's there. And when we saw Dario come in on lap 50, it was clear that he had the pace to run with the other two guys. Okay, he was at 1.17 seconds behind them, but he was staying on that lead lap with them, and that's what counted.
I mean, it was I'm still sweating now, an incredibly exciting race. The three main contenders were the three men only on the lead lap. We'll talk more about that in a moment, of course, as Victory Lane is prepared for the winning car and the new champion of 2009. Took a year out, of course, for NASCAR, but Dario's back.
Homestead, Miami Speedway, and the race has been concluded with the winner of the race and the winner of the 2009 IndyCar Series Championship is the man who is still in his car. He ran out of fuel before he could get the burnouts done and before he could get to Victory Lane. But it all belongs to Dario Franchitti and the Charget Chip Ganassi team. Izod salutes a winning performance with Izod Victory Lane. Here's Robbie Floyd.
And the fifth win of the season, maybe the most precious. It is the most precious for Dario Franchitti, taking his second IndyCar Series championship.